Aha, Mr. Sly, aka Sly Pro Max. And if you've gone on the news today, if you've gone on Twitter today, we can see that Neymar Jr., the footballer, has just been exonerated of some false rape accusation charges. Or rather, did he even get to the state of charges? I doubt. But some false rape accusations. Now, you see, this issue of false accusations keeps going on and on and on, non-stop. But what makes this go on non-stop, I'll tell you, is the fact that the ladies who perpetrate this scam, the ladies who go about tainting the images of men who have worked hard to bring themselves up to the standard, the ladies who go about telling these lies, nothing happens to them. So when they see that nothing is going to happen to them, more like they have nothing to lose. You see, this lady right here in question apparently flew from wherever she was staying to meet Neymar in another town. One, all flights paid, hotel lodged, got to the hotel with him, and apparently, according to her, because he didn't have CD, she said she was not interested in getting down to do the do. So Neymar apparently says, or according to her, she said Neymar forced his way in and got done with her. But it turns out that after a lot of digging in, investigation, and lies by her, refusing to tender her own phone for investigation, they discovered that she was just actually telling a dirty lie. So many footballers, I'll go with footballers first of all, so many footballers have been victims of false rape accusations. I can't remember the guys in the black footballer as well, or pop his picture on the screen. He went through that as well, lost a lot of contract, lost a lot of money, and was finally exonerated. But what happens to this lady in question who went and told this lie against him? Your guess is as good as mine. Nothing happened to her. So when we have situations like this go on where women can feel free to come online, go about, go to court, go to the police and tell lies against men, and nothing gets done to them, when we find out that they are lying, what do you expect? It's going to go on and on and on non-stop. Very soon I'm going to be watching a video of Neymar, and a bit of it is quite long, so I'll put that at the end of this video so you can watch it as well on YouTube and Twitter. But what I just want to say is this. I can remember a couple of days ago I was on another Telegram group discussion as usual, where I tried to buttress some of my points. But when I bring it out, the ladies there say, I have a problem with what you just said. What did I say? I said to them, first of all, ladies have to learn to take self-responsibility, self-accountability. Do not go to a place you do not want to be with a man where you know it can lead to something else. That prevents a lot of problem. That prevents a lot of speech. That prevents a lot of explanation. But what did they do? They came for my neck again as usual. The bad man has arrived. Now, what is going to happen to this lady in question who lied against Neymar? Is anything going to be done against her? Definitely not. She's just going to walk away freely while he was lucky to escape. But what happens to all those guys who have lost their jobs as a result of lies like this? What happens to all those guys who have lost their friends, who have lost their families, who have lost their reputation as a result of lies like this? Nobody cares. This lady just walks scot-free. It's really painful when you think about it, but I guess we as men, what we need to do now is to be very careful about our interaction with ladies. Some ladies show you this mentality that they're not going to be the right one for you. They're going to be the ones who are going to put you into a deep shit. And when you see that sign, guys, there's nothing like trying to take the risk. End it there, cut off the friendship, cut off the relationship, cut off whatever it is, association. Do not say nothing to them. And majority of the times, if you watch my videos, I say this. I say, whatever you do, try to have it on record. Conversations with ladies, try to have it on record. It might not be all the ladies, but try to have it on record. If they come around your place, have some CCTV in place or something, recording and keeping track of conversations and interactions, because that's going to do a lot for you. The video in question, that saved Neymar, I also play as well. So with that being said, guys, I'm out.
Mas eu vou te bater. Sabe por quê? Eu vou te bater? Sabe por quê? Sabe por quê? Porque você me agrediu ontem. Você me deixou aqui sozinha. Sabia agora?
May 16, 2019. Neymar Jr. is in a hotel room in Paris for the second night in a row. The young woman whom he shares the room with is unknown, at least for the moment. But a lot will change in the following days. For starters, the world will get to know Najila Trindade Mendes de Souza, a 26-year-old model, interior design student, a daughter, a mother, and in her own words, a normal person. But in 2 weeks' time, nothing will be remotely close to normal in her life, right after she walks out of a São Paulo police station accusing Neymar of her.
Era um intuito sexual, era um desejo meu. Acho que Ficou até claro para ele isso.
Najila Trindade never really denied what her intentions were when she met Neymar. It was the 26-year-old model who reached out to the Brazilian in the first place through Instagram. Messages followed by a few photos, not nudies or anything, as she later declared, led to her giving Neymar her phone number to follow the conversation over on WhatsApp. After a brief exchange on the platform, Neymar asked Trindade to meet him in Paris, and when she told him that she didn't have the means to get there, the Brazilian offered her a round trip between São Paulo and Paris, and a couple of nights stay at Sofitel, Paris, Arc de Triomphe. When Trindade landed in Paris, she had no second thoughts regarding her motivation.
De ficar com ele, de encontrar com ele.
Isso
De
seria
realizar
possível.
desejo meu.
So what was the deal breaker when everything was seemingly going according to plan? On May 15th, Trindade checked into Sofitel Paris, and shortly after, Neymar sent her a text message telling her that he'll need to attend a party later in the day, but he wanted to come by before and give her a kiss.
Quando eu chego lá, tava tudo bem, tava tudo legal as mensagens. Eu ia conseguir, entendeu? Só que quando eu cheguei lá, ele estava agressivo, totalmente diferente daquele cara que eu conheci nas mensagens.
According to Trindade, after exchanging a few kisses and rolling around the bed for a while, Neymar undressed her. That's when she asked the Brazilian if he brought a condom with him. Upon Neymar's negative response, she said that in that case, this would be as far as they go. Allegedly, Neymar did not respond, and Trindade took his silence as confirmation of her desire to stop then and there. The two were not on the same page, though, at least according to the young woman's version of the story.
E ele me virou, cometeu o ato, e eu pedi para ele parar. Enquanto ele cometia o ato, ele continuava batendo na minha bunda violentamente. E depois eu girei. Foi tudo muito rápido, questão de segundos, e me retirei.
Following the alleged act, Trindade was in a state of shock, and as she recalled later, she couldn't even cry on the spot. The very next day, when she finally came to terms with the event, instead of getting back to Brazil, she made up her mind to make Neymar pay. That was why she continued to exchange messages with the Brazilian, and even met with him the very next day, in an attempt to get him to repeat the aggression of the first encounter and film it. But to this day, only a few seconds of what is believed to be a 7-minute clip made public. Upon her return to Brazil, Trindade talked to a lawyer, but the man in question refused to represent her, telling her that she may build a case for assault, but not for... While she was busy finding someone willing to take her case exactly like she told it, the whole story was taking a right turn.
Estou sendo acusado de... É uma palavra pesada, uma coisa muito forte, mas é o que está acontecendo no momento.
Neymar and his team were quick in their response, while his father, Neymar Sr., revealed on Brazilian television the identity of Najila Trindade Mendes de Souza. In claiming the innocence of his son, Neymar himself took to Instagram and addressed the allegations. The fact that he showed private messages between him and Trindade, with all the sexual details involved, meant that the video infringed the platform's privacy regulations. But by the time it was taken down, Neymar's post was seen over 18 million times, and the floodgates were wide open. Only the caption of the post was enough to change the entire discourse around the story. Due to extortion, I'm being forced to expose my life and my family. While the superstar used his platform to address the allegations and how they made him feel, his father was on the attack. Neymar Sr. was claiming that the whole story was part of a blackmail and extortion attempt, led by Trindade and her ex-husband, Estevães Alves. Trindade vehemently denied the allegations and told SBT Brazil that her lawyer had told her that he would simply let Neymar's lawyers know about what was going on. All the while, with her anonymity lost, Trindade became the subject of immense criticism online, and Brazilians started to dig deep into her life. Within a few days, everyone in the country knew that the 26-year-old had close to a $30,000 debt and that she was given a notice of eviction. All the conversation was now centered around a desperate woman trying to solve her financial problems by any means necessary. Jair Bolsonaro, the then president of Brazil and a politician Neymar is known to openly support, visited the player in hospital while he was in treatment for a ligament injury in his ankle. Bolsonaro's open support for Neymar was followed by a new law proposed in Congress by one of the members of his party, suggesting increased penalties against those making false sexual accusations. The bill was quickly dubbed as the Neymar da Penha Bill among Neymar's supporters, a mock of the Maria da Penha law, which was put in place after years of struggle by feminist groups, which was established to reduce domestic violence mainly by increasing punishment for domestic abuse offenders. For so many people close to the matter, in a country where only 1 out of every 10 is reported and just 1 in 100 leads to a conviction, the reaction was not surprising. Within a month of Trindade's allegations, Sao Paulo police investigator Juliana Lopes Busacos came to a conclusion and revealed in a press conference that she did not see enough elements to indict. The fact that Trindade first refused to let the investigators take a look into her phone to analyze the 7-minute-long footage she filmed, and later claimed that her phone was stolen, made everything clearer in the eyes of the public. Neymar was now in the clear, and the charges against Trindade and her ex-partner were dropped a few months later. The mind-boggling case was closed with no conviction for either side, which saw Neymar and Trindade exchange seats as defendant and plaintiff.